Time shootout. The Cougars of Montgomery have to climb just one more rung of the ladder to claim their first ever New Jersey State Championship. But to reach the top, they'll have to find a way to beat Randolph. The Rams are making their third straight appearance in the state finals. They have never lost to Montgomery and have rededicated themselves to winning after being upset in the title game last season. Both have something to prove as Montgomery meets Randolph for the New Jersey Public A Final. Next on MSG Varsity. This is the New Jersey Devils NJSIAA State Hockey Championships. It's game time on MSG Varsity. Today from the Prudential Center in Newark, it's the New Jersey Public A State Final as the Montgomery Cougars take on the Randolph Rams. Hello again, everyone. I'm Lou Brogno. Alongside on the call of the game is Pete Caggiano. We welcome you to the Prudential Center for this Public A State Championship. Randolph taking on Montgomery. The Randolph Rams a fixture in this state title game year after year. The Montgomery Cougars skating for their first state title since 2005.
Randolph going after their fourth title in just 6 years. In 2009, they won 1-0. Last year, the Cinderella team, Times River South, defeated them 2-1. But today against Montgomery, an outstanding game. They're coming off a high because they defeated Morris Knowles in a shootout to get to this round. And it's just going to be a game where I think defense, that's going to be it. Defense is going to take over.
Well, the third member of our broadcast team is Colin Cosell. He takes a look at the road to the finals for both of these teams.
All right, Lou. Well, a lot of people have expected the Randolph Rams to be here, and a lot of people would have expected them to be playing against Morris Knowles. But alas, it is Montgomery versus the Randolph Rams. How did they get here? Well, they had to take down Hillsborough. They had to take down the mighty Morris Knowles, while Randolph, on the other hand, has simply been in cruise control. Now, of course, in the Public A semifinals, you had the mighty Morris Knowles taking on the underdog, Montgomery, and Montgomery goaltender Zach Shivo was the difference, making several spectacular saves as the Cougars led 2-1 with 1 minute left in the game. That's when Morris Knowles' Dylan Garrity hit the crossbar, and on the ensuing scramble, Thomas Larkin tied the game. And then with 27 seconds left to play, Kevin Wonky scored a breakaway, and it looked like Montgomery was on to the finals. But Kevin Tolentino had other ideas. His slap shot with 4 seconds remaining found the net, and the game headed to overtime. In the extra session, it was all Shivo, stopping 19 shots. The game would be decided by a shootout, and Shivo would remain perfect, stopping everything in the shootout, and 62 shots on the night. Montgomery headed back to the finals for the first time since 2006 with a 4-3 shootout victory.
Incredible. I felt like everybody was counting us out all season long, but we just kept going. We believed all year long that we could do it, and now we're going there. We got one more game to go.
And in the other semifinal, top-seeded Randolph wasted little time in dispatching fourth-seeded Westfield. Evan Jones scored his first goal for the Rams at 8:24 of the first period, and then took a pass from Justin Kleinwax and found the back of the net with just 1 second remaining, and Randolph went to the dressing room up 2-0. In the second period, Jones completed his hat trick. Nick Petrus scored 2 goals and an assist, and Dan Fulham, the senior standout goalie, notched 20 saves as Randolph defeated Westfield 10-0.
I've been saying it since day one. It's bittersweet at Randolph because it's great to make it a state championship, but if you don't win a state championship, it's a bad year, which is some teams would love it to make there. But right now, if I don't win, like my senior year, I want to go out on a good note. It's great to make it back, but we got to get that ring.
So there you have it, Montgomery versus Randolph. This is going to be one heck of an exciting game, hard-nosed hockey. Can't wait for it to be played. Lou?
Thanks, Colin. Well, some of the key players in this championship game include the outstanding goalie for the Montgomery Cougars, Zach Shivo, with a 2.14 goals against average.
Talk about carrying a team. This kid had a remarkable 62 saves against Morris Knowles. He easily could have given up after surrendering the tying goal with just 4 seconds remaining in regulation, but he didn't. He made an outstanding 19 saves in overtime alone, and then stopped all 4 shootout attempts. Wow! Lou, hopefully this kid ate his Wheaties today, because if he can stay hot just one more game, they can do it.
Well, the spectacular Shivo has been the key for the Cougars. You see that goals against average, 2.14, the save percentage of almost 92% and 62 saves. That's right, folks, in that semifinal win. On the other side for Randolph, well, Shivo's going to have to face some offense. Evan Jones had the hat trick in the semifinal win over Westfield.
Evan Jones, he's a leader on and off the ice. The Randolph captain is a 4-year varsity player, and his 50 points leads the team in scoring. Coach Rick McLaughlin said he's the hardest working guy on the ice. His drive to succeed makes all of his teammates better. As reflected in his plus 50 rating, Jones never takes a shift off, and he's an inspiration to all the underclassmen on the squad.
Well, senior captain Evan Jones having a great season, 26 goals, 24 assists, and as we mentioned in that semifinal, exploded for 2 goals and 1 assist. So we're just moments away from dropping the puck in the Public A Championship. Montgomery taking on Randolph. It's coming up next here on MSG Varsity HD.
It's the state final. It's everything we've been working for. These guys have been working for since last year when we lost. From the minute we lost last year, I think these guys dedicated themselves a little bit more to getting back there. And now we're back there, and now we're looking to push through Montgomery. It's going to be a great game.
Rich McLaughlin, the veteran head coach of the Randolph Rams. So much success throughout the years with Randolph. Won titles in 03, 06, 07, and 09. And his goalkeeper, the outstanding Dan Fulham. What a season he has had in between the pipes for the Rams this year. He has given up less than a goal per game this entire season.
And Lou, he missed last year because of a hip injury. He brought them a state championship 2 years ago and then sat out last year and is playing tremendous again this year.
Head coach of the Montgomery Cougars, Rob Scarpa, in his 6th season. And he has brought the Cougars back to this state championship. Last time, 2005. They will need a big game from Jeff Garinger, the junior. 26 goals and 21 assists on the year. And they'll be looking for some offense from him in this Public A state championship. We are ready to go to drop the puck here at the Rock. Montgomery coming in at 21-7. In their road green trimmed with gold, and Randolph, the number 1 seed at 21-2 and 2. The Rams in their home white trimmed with blue, and we are underway. Glad you could join us here on MSG Varsity HD. Puck is flipped behind the Randolph goal. Dan Fulham, we mentioned him in goal. Pete, what a year. 0.99 goals against average. I mean, unbelievable. 9 shutouts, 95% save percentage.
Less than a goal a game.
And that one almost gets by Zach Shivo, who has also had a marvelous year for Montgomery, 2.14 goals against average. And he stood on his head in the semifinal, 62 saves.
And this time he had to stand on his head again, almost literally fall back on his head because the puck was behind him.
Quick shot delivered by Nick Petras off the faceoff, and it comes to center ice. Randolph with wins over Middletown North, Toms River South, and Westfield. They've cruised through this Public A state tournament. Here comes Montgomery. Liam Sullivan on the right wing, has it taken away from him, and it's poked up ahead. Saved at center ice, and sticked aside there by Fulham. Quick shot delivered by Eric Pednoff.
That was Andrew Tucker stopping that play as it came down the near boards.
Rams look to clear. Matt Gaudiaso, the sophomore, flips it back up into the Montgomery zone. Montgomery beating Morris Knolls 4-3 in a shootout. The semifinals, one of the great games in New Jersey tournament history.
Well, there were 3 goals scored in the last 50 seconds, including the tying goal with just 4 seconds remaining in that game.
Also wins over Southern Regional, Roxbury, and Hillsborough in this state tournament. Montgomery trying to clear it out of there. Jeff Geringer. And the Cougars will regroup. 2 minutes gone by here in the first period. Look at Geringer skate up. Geringer flying up the ice. Has it knocked away from him. Taken off the puck by Nick Coloco.
He went 1-on-3 at the end of that play because the Randolph defense collapsed right in front of him.
Connor Fox tries to skate in for the Cougars, and it's up ahead. A breakaway opportunity here for Connor Ryan. Takes the shot and saved by Shivo. Comes back outside to Kroll. That one goes through the crease. Matt Kroll has it here for the Rams. He circles around. Back to Kroll. In front, shoots it high up over the crossbar.
Before that was Jeff Geringer. We talked about his offensive potency, but he also back checks and did a great job preventing the Randolph player from getting the shot off.
Chasing down is Kevin Wonke. Wonke, a big goal scorer for Montgomery this year. 33 goals for the Cougars. Connor Ryan up the left wing. This one bounces behind the goal. Kept in by the Rams, and they send it again behind the net. Here's Liam Sullivan, who chases down for Montgomery. His pass, cross ice, looking for Wonke. And then a race to the puck. Luke Esposito as the goal comes flying off its moorings.
Dan Fulham comes out to his left to gather the errant puck, and two players go sliding into the net.
There's Dan Fulham, who talked about his numbers. They are sensational. 0.95 goals against average, with 9 shutouts and 20 saves in the semifinal against Westfield.
In 40% of his games, he's had a shutout. Wow.
And he's a great story. He had surgery last year, missed the entire year with hip surgery, coming back for his senior season, and he has been remarkable for the Rams. Was in goal for the 2009 state final, had 17 saves in that game. Beat Ridge 1-0, I believe, was the final score of that one.
It was right here in this building. That was an unbelievable game that evening.
Kept in here by Justin Kleinwax, who sends it in. Brad Lindquist also up on the blue line. Chased down here by Matt De Silva. De Silva gets it behind the goal and icing the call. So faceoff will come all the way down to the Montgomery zone. 10:55 remaining here in the first period. No score between the Cougars and the Rams.
Matt De Silva, the senior defenseman, 4 tallies on the board so far this year.
Silva a little banged up, playing with a bad back. It's 4 goals. His big stat this year, though, assists. 25 assists for the Rams on the season.
And he's a plus 48. That means he's been down the ice 48 more times for goals by his team than your opponent.
Here comes Brian Papson. He loses for Montgomery, intercepted there by Mike Gaudioso. He sends it back deep. The Cougars try to retrieve. Patrick Wong trying to dig it out there for Montgomery. He does, flips it up along the far side boards. And getting to the loose puck is Brian Papson. He sends it back deep into the Randolph zone. Story for Randolph this year has been defense and goaltending. Yes, they scored 10 goals in the semifinal game, but they have not been an explosive offensive team this year. It's mostly been defense and great goaltending.
Now, that's not just this year, Lou. Richie McLaughlin preaches defense. He plays a trap sort of play in the neutral ice, and he really does a great job of stifling the other team's big guns.
Liam Sullivan tries to dig it out from Montgomery. Cougars having some trouble getting it out of their own zone here. They flip it out towards center ice. It's intercepted there by Matt De Silva, and he just flips it right back in. Comes out towards the blue line, and now De Silva will chase it all the way down the ice, and he does retrieve it in the Randolph zone. And a whistle. Nice the puck again. It'll come down into the Randolph end. 9:23 remaining here in the first period. Slow start as Randolph has outshot Montgomery just 2-1 here in the early going.
Four-time state champ, Randolph, and four-time Menning Cup champion for Randolph as they continue to show the rest of the state how good they really are.
Those Menning Cup titles coming in 92, 98, 2007, 2008. Big hit at center ice delivered by Nick Coloco of Randolph.
That was a 2-for-1. Both Montgomery players went down.
Those state championships for Randolph all this decade, 2003, 6, 7, and 9. 2017 was a great club for Randolph. They won the Menning and the state championship that year. That's hard to do. Montgomery trying to keep it free in the corner. Comes out towards center ice and taken there by De Silva. De Silva flips it into the corner. On the stick of Evan Jones. That's the man they want to get it to offensively. Evan Jones with 26 goals on the year for Randolph.
Ooh, I'm impressed with Montgomery. They're not panicking here. Even when Randolph puts a little pressure on, they take their time to make the good pass to get the puck out of the zone.
Luke Esposito sends it up ahead for Montgomery. And here's De Silva, who retrieves it behind the goal, flips it up ahead to Justin Kleinwax. De Silva bangs it off the far side boards, and it goes all the way down. Retrieved there by Patrick Wong. Montgomery in front, the puck loose, but bounces out of there. De Silva loses at the blue line. Up ahead, here is Kevin Wonke, and he has it knocked away from him. Good defense by Tyler Heineman.
Again, the Randolph defense collapsing as the Montgomery player starts to make his move towards the goal.
Kept in by Heineman of Randolph. He flips it over to Kleinwax. Justin Kleinwax has had a productive season, 15 goals for Randolph. 7:15 remaining here in the first period. No score, Montgomery and Randolph in this Public A state championship.
By now the jitters should be gone. Each player has gotten at least 2, maybe 3 shifts so far as we're halfway through the first period. Expect the game to open up a little bit, I think.
Wonke across center ice, winds up, takes a shot, and the save made by Fulham.
Easy save for the captain, Dan Fulham, as he squares himself to the shooter. Watch, notice how it goes right between the defenseman's legs. Good job by the Montgomery wing to use the defenseman as a screen, but that guy right there, number 31, Dan Fulham, easily traps the puck against his chest.
Face-off controlled by Montgomery, and then Connor Healy shot it in. It just kind of bounced its way up to Fulham, but he covered up just to make sure. And it comes back to Healy, and he loses to Silva. Flips it up ahead. Taken there by Liam Sullivan. Puck loose at center ice. Now Connor Ryan skates in for Randolph. Looking to set it up, but Liam Sullivan of Montgomery was right on him.
Montgomery doing a nice job of finishing off their check. Every time a Randolph player has the puck, he is being hit.
Luke Esposito takes a shot that goes wide. Randolph trying to clear it out of their own end. They send it up towards the blue line, across center ice. Here comes Evan Jones, but he's taken off the puck. They're doing a good job defensively on Jones. Connor Fox was all over him. Intercepted by Kleinwax. Justin Kleinwax skates in. He flips it across ice. 5.5 remaining here in the first period. Not a lot of offense so far. Each team with just 2 shots on goal. Well, Evan Jones says they need to play their game.
we always say play Randolph hockey, would just dump the puck, hit people, you know what I mean, do the simple things. And we started getting away with that beginning of February, and we messed up the Menning Cup and had a couple bad games, and we were trying to do play by ourselves. Right now we're getting back to Randolph hockey. We're hitting, get the puck deep, throwing it on net, and everything's going in our favor because that's just, I don't know, hard-hat hockey. That's how we do it.
Evan Jones with a hat trick against Westfield in the semifinals. The senior captain with 26 goals, 24 assists on the year.
A nice even 50 points.
Here is Tyler Heineman. He gives it to Nick Beatrice, who flips it into the Montgomery zone. Eric Pedenoff for Montgomery has the puck taken away from him by Kyle Diamore. 4:55 left here this first period.
Very patient game by both teams right now.
And a whistle as covering up is Zach Shivo.
Shivo's hoping not to have a repeat of what happened the other day when he had to make 62 saves. That time it was an easy save as Lovey's let the shot go.
This is the fourth straight season that these two teams have met. There's a shot in front. Shivo knocks it away. These two teams have met 4 straight years here in the state tournament.
Not all in the finals, but every time it's been Randolph.
2006 state final, Randolph won 2-1 over Montgomery. And covering up is Shivo. So they've developed a little rivalry, these two teams, even though Randolph plays in the Menin division up in Morris County and Montgomery in the Skyland Conference in Somerset County.
But Shivo having to be Johnny on the spot again. He makes a save and then he reaches out with the stick to gather the puck back in to hold on for the whistle.
Puck loose in front. Here's an opportunity shot wide by Evan Jones.
Good chance by Evan Jones, but he couldn't quite pull the trigger quick enough, and when he did get control of the puck, it went wide to the stick side.
Less than 4 minutes left here in the first. No score between Montgomery and Randolph. Deflected out towards center ice, and Andrew Tucker takes it for Randolph. Tucker, an interesting story for the Rams, a transfer from Seton Hall Prep, a junior. Flips it behind the goal.
And because he transferred in, he had to sit out 30 days, so he wasn't able to play until January of this season.
On the stick of Justin Kleinwax. Kleinwax comes up, takes the shot, sticked aside by Shivo. The rebound is loose in front. And then taken by Wanke, who sends it back towards center ice.
Good first save by Shivo, but a better second save as he was able to stop the second rebound shot.
And the puck underneath one of the Montgomery players, poked away by Gaudioso. That's a nice play by Matt Gaudioso. Here comes Luke Esposito. Flying up ice, Esposito knocked off the puck there by Justin Kleinwax. Approaching 2.5 remaining here in this first period.
And Randolph has had the last 6 shots on goal towards Zach Shivo.
Tyler Heineman goes back to get it for the Rams. Sends it behind the goal. Both of these schools have brought some big student body sections here to the Prudential Center. Nice turnout by the students.
Especially right behind Shivo is probably about 100 kids in all green.
There's a slap shot, wicked one, taken by Jeff Garinger, but Fulham makes the save right in the chest.
Garinger looking for his 27th of the season to go along with his 21 assists, but Dan Fulham had that easily, just squared himself to the shooter, and again trapped the puck against his chest.
1:53 remaining here in the first. There's Andrew Tucker skating up ice. He flips it on the left wing for Connor Ryan. Ryan sends it into the Montgomery zone. And chasing down there is Matt Kroll for the Rams. Kroll backhands it behind the goal. Banged up along the near side boards. Connor Healy for Montgomery tried to find Esposito. Patrick Waugh flips it back. And it's taken there by Connor Fox. Connor Fox for Montgomery. And that skips off the stick of Esposito. Fulham leaves it for his teammate Tyler Heineman. Heineman has it intercepted by Esposito in front of the goal. Almost a giveaway.
Esposito was handed the puck right at the top of the crease, but he couldn't quite control it and wasn't able to get a good shot off.
Here's Luke Esposito, skates in. Esposito then knocked away from it by two Randolph defenders. 50 seconds left in a scoreless first period. Montgomery and Randolph skating for the Public A state championship.
We knew this would be a defensive battle, and it's playing out that exact way.
And a whistle, looks like offside, the call on the Cougars. So 31 seconds, 31.1 to be exact, on the clock here in this first period.
Richie McLaughlin, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I never want to play poker with that guy. You cannot tell if he's winning by 10 or losing by 10. He has that same stoic face on all the time.
Matt De Silva sends it up ahead, and the Rams flip it down into the Montgomery zone. Approaching 15 seconds left here in the first. Brad Lindquist goes back to get it for the Rams. De Silva sends it up ahead. Goes all the way back down into the Montgomery zone. And the whistle blows, icing the call with 1.8 seconds remaining.
Now, I always thought in a situation like this, and actually, Chavo's looking at the bench. Do you want to pull me? Because there's no way with 1.8 seconds, Randolph can get the puck, win the faceoff, and shoot it all the way down. So why not have an extra player up? Give it a shot.
Face-off comes to the right of Dan Fulham, and Randolph wins the face-off, and the first period comes to an end. Well, I don't think anyone's completely surprised. A defensive-oriented first period of play.
No, just like the doctor ordered, both teams playing it close to the vest here in the first period.
So after one here in the Public A state championship game, Montgomery and Randolph, no score here at the Prudential Center. More state championship hockey coming your way on MSG Varsity HD. Welcome back here to the Prudential Center. I'm joined by a very special guest, the Executive Director of the NJSIAA, Steve Timko. Steve, thanks for joining us here in between periods. And Steve, of course, this is a great day for the NJSIAA, the hockey championships here at the Prudential Center.
Without a doubt, George. It's, just to have the kids have the opportunity to play here, I think that's everybody's dream when the season starts, to end up here at the Prudential Center.
Hockey has grown so much over the years here in New Jersey. What about the way the growth spurt has developed?
Well, as a former athletic director, and we started our program at Hopewell Valley, who was here last year, fortunately. In 1984, I think there were like 80 schools that were involved in the program, and now over 150 schools. But specifically, the growth of the sport since the Devils had a partnership with NJSI has really made everything grow.
Of course, hockey is just a tip of the iceberg, really, when it comes to the NJSIAA and state championships. I believe that you have the most in the nation. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have 32 championship sports. That's number one in the country. We have 16 sports for women, number one in the country. 252,000 student athletes. That's the 8th largest student participation in the country. 25,000 coaches, 10,000 officials. We're really proud of the growth of our association and the number of student athletes that are involved in our programs.
Steve, thanks once again, and good luck with everything. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, Steve Timko, Executive Director of the NJSIAA. More to come here from the Prudential Center here on MSG Varsity HD.
Welcome back. I'm standing here with the head coach of Montgomery, Coach Scarpa. That was a tough fought first period. What'd you tell your players coming into the second?
We just have to establish our legs a little bit better, get moving on the offensive end, and make sure, again, we keep our D-zone pressure where we want and make sure we're not giving up any backdoor goals or any opportunities in front.
It was a very defensive effort on both sides. What are you going to do to try to generate some offense?
We just got to make sure we get cleaner breakouts and hope get through that trap a little bit better. Overall, we just got to get a couple shots on them. Hopefully we can sneak one through. We don't need 1,000 shots. We just need to make the ones count that we get.
Coach, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck the rest of the way. Lou?
All right, Colin, Rob Scarpa, his team, and the Randolph Rams in a 0-0 tie as we go to the second period of this Public A state championship game.
And Lou, he made mention about the shots on goal. Montgomery only 3 shots on goal in the entire first 15 minutes. Tough to score when all you're getting is 3 shots.
Randolph out shooting Montgomery 8-3 in that first period. Randolph, good movement here. Is a shot. Oh, glove saved by Shivo. A rocket shot by Justin Kleinwax.
Talk about showing off a quick left glove. Wow! That shot was ticketed for the upper corner. And Zach Shivo just stuck the left glove out right there as he goes down in the splits. From ice level, you see it, boom! And his glove was behind him, and he still made the save.
Face-off won by the Cougars of Montgomery. Liam Sullivan pokes it up ahead, and it's chased down by Tyler Heineman of Randolph. Lou Brogno, Pete Caggiano, and Colin Cosell. Glad you could join us here. Our entire MSG varsity team as we bring you the state finals here from the Prudential Center. Take a look at the first period stats. We mentioned shots on goal. Randolph out shooting him 8-3. Faceoffs relatively even. And those numbers reflect a tough defensive battle in that first period.
Absolutely.
Shivo able to cover up, but then the puck bounces loose. Justin Kleinwax all over the place here this second period.
Well, 2 good chances here early in the second period for Randolph. But again, it's Shivo being the stone wall between the pipes.
Intercepted at center ice, Luke Esposito from Montgomery. He skates in. Esposito takes it in the corner, circles around, set up in front, puck loose. As Connor Healy tried to center. Esposito working hard for the Cougars. Here's Kleinwax again. He goes cross ice. Matt Gaudioso sends it into the Montgomery zone. Kleinwax tried to center. He had Nick Beatrice chasing in front of the goal.
That was a good idea, but the pass was a little hard and a little too off the mark.
This pass comes up on the stick of Nick Coloco. He sends it behind the Montgomery goal. Coloco and James Lovey's flying back there to try to get to that loose puck. But it's flipped up out of play by Montgomery. And there's a stoppage in play with 13:02 remaining.
Lou, I noticed that Randolph is playing a dump and chase style because Montgomery only skates really just 2 lines and 4 defensemen. So they're trying to tire out the Montgomery squad. Here, we're obviously only beginning the second period, but come third period, that may take its toll.
Face-off won by the Cougars. Connor Fox tries to put the brakes on, but then loses the puck. Comes up along the far side boards to Wonky. And Wong takes it across center ice. Carries into the Randolph zone. Kleinwax back to get it for the Rams. Flips it up to De Silva. Brad Lindquist tries to center for Randolph. Wonky splits two defenders.
Good job by Wonky to stay on his skates. Even though he was hit, he kept his balance and continued on the play.
Some physical play at the blue line. Here's a 3-on-2 in front, and that pass just misses the stick of Matt Grawl as the net comes loose.
Well, we talked about how Randolph is going to try to slow down Montgomery, and they're doing that by making them skate, making the defenseman turn around to gather the puck, and then the pass just missed up front. Now watch this pass across. Ooh, he had to be a little bit taller. If Matthew Crow, instead of being 5'10", was about 6'10", he would have made that shot.
Puck comes out of the Montgomery zone and shot right back in by the Rams. Liam Sullivan flips it along the near side boards, and it's taken there by Petinoff, but a whistle on the play. 11:49 remaining here in the second period. Still no score here in this Public A State Championship.
Matthew Kroll, the senior forward, coming into today's game, 24 goals and a +49 rating.
Well, follow your favorite high school teams and the stories behind them anytime. Just log on to www.msgvarsity.com. Liam Sullivan chases for Montgomery, sends it up on the stick of Connor Healy, but Randolph intercepts at center ice. Slapped back in by Evan Jones, and then Sullivan tries to retrieve it behind the goal. Here it comes out. Oh, a point-blank range shot by Justin Kleinwax. That one was a little bit wide, and the puck's still loose. Beatrice tries to keep it in for Randolph. De Silva sends it towards the goal. And Shibo able to stick it aside. De Silva circles around, tries to wrap around. Puck still loose. Here's Kleinwax. Kleinwax leaves it for Gaudioso in front, and Shibo dives on top of the puck.
Good pressure by Randolph, buzzing all around Shivo, but not able to put the puck across that 2-inch red line. As we take a look at the action, that's the end play right there. The puck's bounced off a skate of a Montgomery defenseman. You're going to see it coming up as the play is all around. Shivo going side to side, and there he pounces on the loose puck in the crease.
Rams keep it in the Montgomery zone. Digging it out is Nick Holoko. De Silva and Holoko behind the goal. Comes back outside to Lindquist. Here's a slap shot to Silva that's deflected out in front. Montgomery just trying to get it out of there.
Good pressure by Randolph. In fact, 5 minutes into the second period here, 4 shots on goal for Randolph, 0 for Montgomery.
Jeff Garinger skating up, almost got to the loose rebound. Randolph able to poke it out all the way down ice.
And as soon as I said that, Dan Fulham has to come up with a brilliant save as a rocket shot was headed right towards the net.
Garinger did not give up on the play. He almost got to his own rebound. We're down to 9:45 remaining here in the second period. Still no score. Good job here by Evan Jones. Flips it behind the goal. Connor Ryan intercepts here for Randolph. Shoots, deflected in front. Ryan gets it back. Goes back to the blue line. Dumped behind the goal. Centered by Montgomery. They find Wonky. Here's Wonky. He goes up ahead to Petinoff. And Brian Papson has it knocked off his stick.
Do something that Montgomery's doing very well. They're clogging up the middle. They're getting in front of the shots by the Randolph players, not allowing them to reach goal.
And that quick shot taken there by Shivo.
Watch this shot. What a rocket from about 50 feet out. And then he doesn't give up. Just like in basketball, you're supposed to follow up your shot. That's what he did. There's the save. You see it loose. And then just at the nick of time, Dan Foam sticks that stick out and just knocks the puck away from a rushing Geringer.
Petrus flips it behind the Montgomery goal, but it stays out in front. Petrus skips over a would-be defender. Comes outside to Lindquist. Rams working hard here. Here's Kleinwax. He comes back to Silva. De Silva cranks it up and it's sticked aside by Shivo. Luke Esposito flying up ice from Montgomery, trying to center. Circles behind the goal, flips it back to Connor Healy. But De Silva able to clear it out for the Rams. Sends it up to the blue line. Here's Petrus. Petrus trying to feed it cross ice to Kleinwax. Kleinwax then tries to center, but Matt Gaudy also couldn't quite get there. Here's Esposito. He has it knocked away from him. Petrus, and taken here by Steve Krafsick of Montgomery.
Good pressure again by Randolph, just dumping the puck in, forcing the defenseman to turn around and have to skate after them to tire them out.
Here's a shot, knocked away there by Shivo. Wrapping in front, puck is loose. Rams are poking at it, and they think it's gone in. We haven't seen any call yet. The officials are saying no.
There's a loud boo from this side of the arena, the Randolph side. Now, they're going to explain what happened. That's Paul Bickford, our official.
Randolph fans not too happy with the call. They were up and cheering. They thought the puck had gone in.
Well, let's take a look and see. There's the first shot. We see it loose right there between the legs. There's a second whack at it. Here's the overhead look. One save, two saves, and oh, you know, if it was in, it had to be under his pad because I did not see the puck itself. And the rules state that you cannot push the goalie, even if the puck's underneath him, you cannot push the goalie into the net. But again, what that shows is the tough play by Randolph going to the net. Take a look, take a look.
Pete, is that a case where the official would blow the whistle because they lose side of the puck?
Exactly, exactly. You see what he's doing? He's pushing the whole pad in. You can't do that.
So the whistle blows the play dead. And Montgomery now trying to clear it out of there. Connor Fox working hard. Randolph, really, they are just swarming in the Montgomery end.
Well, we talked about Randolph being a good defensive team, but you know what? If you have the puck, the other team can't score. So sometimes playing offensively is a good way to play defense.
Now the Rams have now outshot the Cougars 16-4. Here's a steal by Geringer. Geringer shoots and it deflects off the shoulder of Fulham and out of play.
Good job by the defense coming back. This is from behind the net. We see this angle. That's the first save. Now second one, it looks like he has it under his glove. Now watch how the stick pushes the pad over the net. I'm still not seeing the puck though. The leg goes all the way in. But if the puck never crossed the line, it's not a goal.
Montgomery wins the faceoff. And Liam Sullivan sends it behind the goal for the Cougars. Connor Healy chases down. Here's an opportunity for Randolph. But Montgomery gets back on defense. 6.5 remaining here in the second period. Still no score in this state championship game. Shivo kicks it out of there and lost his balance as he was hit by a player. And another save by Shivo.
He's getting peppered, more and more shots by Randolph.
Andrew Tucker took that shot. One of the Montgomery players is spilled and slides right into the goal. Makes the save, and then another collision into the net.
That's just an indication of how hard players are going to the net. And it looks like the Montgomery player might be a little bit hurt as he's taking a long time to get up from laying on the ice.
That's Wanke, Kevin Wanke, their junior, 33-goal scorer this year. Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him and skates off the ice.
You're not getting a kid out of this game. Watch the effort as he goes to the net. Now look at a back-checking job by Kleinwax. Kind of a little bit, maybe a hook taking him out, but then both players go sliding right into the cage. And here they come right into Dan Fulham as well. That's a dangerous play for the goalie. He's got to make sure he doesn't get hurt. Breathing hard on the bench. You see he's just trying to catch his breath.
Neither team has had a power play opportunity in this game.
No goals or penalties.
Less than 4 minutes left in the second period. Tyler Heinen's pass intercepted by Garinger. Then retaken by Randolph. Beatrice centers. Justin Kleinwax chases down for the Rams. Here's Esposito. Esposito skates in, and that one might have gotten a piece of the pipe.
I think it hit the crossbar. Great chance for Montgomery.
Here comes Tucker, Andrew Tucker, 1-on-2, has it knocked away, and then it came back to Matt Gaudioso, who took the shot. Shivo was able to stick it aside.
Gaudioso had a little more room. He took the shot from about 45 feet out, but he could have cruised in another 10 or 15 feet because there wasn't a Montgomery player anywhere near him. Take a look at this shot that rings off the crossbar. Quick, boom, right there, you see. In fact, that hit the crossbar and then the post, and then came out. That hit two pipes. Watch from this angle. Bing, bing, and then comes out. Hits the crossbar, hits the post, and then goes wide. A goaltender's best friend.
First big opportunity for Montgomery. They're still scoreless. They've been outshot in the game 20-6. There's Luke Esposito. junior with 31 goals on the season. Comes out towards center ice, taken there by Liam Sullivan. He dumps it into the Randolph zone. And a whistle will bring the face-off back outside.
Remember what Ken Scarper said, it's not a lot of shots, it's getting good shots. And that was an excellent opportunity that won't even count as a shot on goal because the save was not needed.
Puck banged behind the Montgomery goal. Steve Krafsick loses. Kept in there by Evan Jones. He sends it to the corner. Jones comes back to retrieve the puck. And he's taken out of the play there by Eric Petinoff. Puck loose in front. Here's a slap shot. Puck loose again in front. And covering up is Shivo.
Bodies in front, bodies flying in front. A whole lot going on right in front of Zach Shivo. I mentioned earlier, I hope he had his Wheaties because he's earning his keep tonight. Watch his shot from the point, a bullet-hard shot. He makes the save. Now look at the takedown in front. Then he doesn't know where the puck is, and he reaches out to his right. Look at the two players battling the crease. There it is. Nope, it's not going anywhere near that line. I'm going to hold on, and that's exactly what Zach does.
All right, here comes Esposito across the blue line. But the puck taken away by Connor Ryan of Randolph. He flips it over to Matt Kroll. It goes all the way down ice and sticked aside there by Shivo. Connor Ryan working hard in the corner for Randolph. Takes a big hit from E.J. Leppert. Here's Connor Healy. Healy takes the shot that's sticked aside easily by Fulham. Minute 50 remaining here, second period. Still no score. Patrick Wong loses for Montgomery. It's centered in front, and Beatrice just couldn't get his stick on it.
Well, the puck was kind of bouncing. He took a whack at it, and it just chipped up over the crossbar.
Esposito sends it all the way down into the Randolph end. A minute 20 remaining here in the second. Rams bring it up across the blue line. And then Sullivan, good defense for Montgomery. Intercepted by Brad Lindquist of Randolph. Less than a minute remaining here in the second. There's a shot in front. Evan Jones had a great opportunity, but Shivo again robbed him.
Jones looking for his 27th of the year, but he was denied by Shivo on a great save right in front of the net. Watch as he comes out. There's the pass, there's the shot. Now his legs were open. Jones was going for the 5-hole, but he couldn't quite put it in between. And then watches everybody, boom, boom. 2 guys go down, 3 guys go down, all right on top of Shivo.
Face off to the left of Shivo. Comes out to De Silva. Flips one towards the goal. Shivo makes 2 great saves in a row.
That second one with the left pad was unbelievable.
Another shot, glove save, Shivo, rebound, bounces out in front.
He thought he had it in the gauntlet and it dropped down right in the crease.
Evan Jones takes the shot that's deflected out in front. 25 seconds remaining here in the second period. Here's Geringer flying up ice, takes a slap shot that goes way up high off the netting.
Deflected by a stick of the Randolph defenseman. But Randolph is almost like a boxer, how you put on that flurry right at the end of the round to try to get the judges to influence them to give you the round. That's exactly what's happening as Randolph is peppering Shivo with shot after shot. This period alone, 11-1.
Face-off is controlled by Randolph with just 12 seconds remaining in the period. Kleinwax flips it up ahead. Here's a long shot by Beatrice, which is deflected. Just 2 seconds left, and the second period comes to an end. So the Rams with a lot of opportunities But after 2, still no score in this Public A state championship game here on MSG Varsity HD. Welcome back to the New Jersey Devils NJSIAA State Hockey Championships here at the Prudential Center. We're heading for period number 3 in this Public A State Championship game. Randolph and Montgomery, no score. Lou Brogno along with Pete Caggiano, and it has been a defensive battle in the first 2 periods.
Oh, pretty much just what we expected. Randolph carrying a little bit of the play, but it's Shivo keeping his team in this game. Outstanding save, one after the other after the other. Watch as he quickly makes a save with that big left gauntlet. Then on the wraparound, he stays his ground, holds the short side post. And again, the other side on the left side using a big pad. And then when the Randolph team tries to push him into the net, he still holds his ground. Get a look from on top. There it is, one save. There it is, again. 62 saves the other night. He's playing a heck of a game again today. He's the difference so far, as he uses everything, his legs, his chest, his pads, anything and everything he can. Now watch this shot by Esposito. It goes off first the crossbar, then the post and goes just wide, as Dan Fulham did not give him much to shoot at.
Here's a look at the numbers through 2 periods. Randolph has outshot Montgomery 26-8. Faceoffs relatively even, and the score is even as well. Randolph and Montgomery, no score. Colin Cosell standing by with Randolph head coach Rich McLaughlin. Colin?
All right, thanks, Lou. I'm standing here with the head coach of the Randolph Rams. Coach McLaughlin, tell me, it's a tough game out there. What are you guys going to do in the 3rd period? Because something's got to give.
I'm hoping we score a goal and they don't. We're working hard. They're working hard. It's going to be a mistake by somebody, and it's going to make the biggest difference in the world. It's going to be a 1-0 game.
What do you tell your players in order to avoid making that mistake?
Just keep playing like we practiced and played all year long. Play defense first, put the puck in deep, and let's go get them.
What have you told your players in the locker room going into this 3rd period? What's going to be your style of gameplay?
Nothing changes. We're going to play the same way we've been playing all year long. It's going to be the toughest period they ever played in their lives, and they got to play tough.
Well, it could be the difference of 1 goal, but it's about 15 minutes away, and this is Coach McLaughlin. They're going for the state finals. It's going to be a tough one. Lou?
All right, Colin, and the toughest period of their lives has begun. The 3rd period is underway here in this Public A state championship game. Montgomery and Randolph, no score. Here's Wonky, who skates up for the Cougars.
But Lou, it may not be the last period, because if they are tied, we will play a 15-minute sudden victory overtime.
The rules are an overtime period, but no shootout. Is that correct? That's correct, right, Pete?
That is correct. NJSIAA says if you do not need a winner to advance to the next round, so whether it's a state championship game, a league championship game, or an in-season tournament, they remain tied and it becomes co-champs.
Wonky, beautiful move, takes a shot that goes wide.
He dipsy-doodled around 3 players, but then couldn't put the puck on net.
Here's a shot, and covering up is Shivo as Tyler Heineman took that shot, coming across the blue line.
Watch this move as he comes in. There he steps around one. Look at this one. Jumps over the other one, then lets the shot go, but it misses the cage.
Face-off controlled by Randolph. Puck skips around in front of the goal. Taken there by Liam Sullivan, who chases down along with Connor Healy of Montgomery. Look at Sullivan flying across the blue line, but he's ridden off the puck there by Heineman. Sent up ahead by Matt Guardioso of Randolph. Just about a minute and a half gone by in this 3rd period.
Every time Montgomery comes out, it's 1-on-2, 1-on-3. It's not the same way that Randolph is doing things tonight, where they're dumping it in, forcing the Montgomery players to chase the puck, and then beating them to the open puck in the corner.
Beatrice with a long shot from center ice, took the side easily by Shivo. Intercepted here by the Rams. James Lovey sends it behind the goal. Here's Garinger with some nifty moves. Garinger really skating well, but taken off the puck. Again, good defense by the Rams as they collapse on Garinger.
And what they did is they played the man, not the puck. So even though Garinger got the puck through, the defense for Randolph stayed in front of Garinger and did not allow him to get through.
Silva chases down. Gets a little help from Fulham, who sticks it aside to him. Here's to Silva. Comes up for the far side boards. Kyle Diamori behind the goal. Sandwich check delivered by Montgomery there.
Scott Stevens, Kenny Danico type check here.
Montgomery just trying to clear it out of there, taking their time. Montgomery lost in the semifinals the last 2 years. Lost to Randolph last year 2-1 with a shootout in the semifinals. These two teams, as we mentioned earlier, have some history. Evan Jones able to knock it loose and offside the call as Kroll came across the line.
Take a look as the puck goes behind the net. Now watch as two players come together. Boom, right there. Both crashing against. There's the two guys, Danico and Stevens, as they have their banners hanging here at the Rock. Both numbers retired by the New Jersey Devils.
William Sullivan sends it up to the blue line. Cross ice pass to Petinoff. Tyler Ryan able to poke it free. And Sullivan has to go back to retrieve for Montgomery. Beatrice intercepts that one, just almost ricocheted over the shoulder of Shivo.
Beatrice was not able to get a lot on that shot, but it was directed right towards the goal, and Shivo had to be big between the pipes.
Physical game, but not a lot of whistles as that one goes all the way back towards the goal, taken there by Shivo.
Yeah, that was Connor Fox delivering the body against the Randolph player. Shivo, the senior, this year coming into tonight's game, he faced 731 shots.
Wow. Hard to believe. 10:35 remaining here in this third period. Still no penalties called in this championship game.
Well, that part doesn't surprise me, and the fact that there's no score doesn't surprise me. It's exactly what we expected from these two defensive-minded teams.
Here's Garinger. Knocked off the puck. Wonky takes a shot. Fulham makes the save.
Well, he hasn't been tested yet tonight, but that time he was, and that was a tremendous save by Dan Fulham, because watch how Wonky steps in here. He's tripped right there, but still gets the shot off. Not only does Fulham make the save, then he reaches out with the left hand and holds on to the rebound right there. Wow.
Face-off controlled by Randolph. Tucker loses. And shot back into the Randolph zone. We've played 5 minutes in this third period. We are still scoreless in this state championship game. James Loveys across center ice. William Sullivan finds Wonky. Wonky puts it up on Garinger's stick. Garinger across the blue line makes a nice move. Garinger, though, has it poked away from him by Heineman.
That was Garinger against 4 Randolph players.
And Garinger skates back to retrieve the loose puck, takes a shot at center ice. Loveys pokes it ahead, but it's retrieved by the Cougars.
The problem with that, Lou, is after you make a rush like that, you're dead tired. You don't have any more strength. You either have to get off the ice or take about 30 seconds and just coast until you get your breath back.
Connor Ryan to Evan Jones, puck loose in front, Jones the rebound, and Shivo covers up.
Shivo made the first save with the left pad. He did not know that the rebound was right back out in front, but he held his ground and was able to make a save on the second shot. Watch, there's the first one. Oh, there it is again. And then he closes quickly with the legs and holds on. Great pass from the corner. There's the first shot. There's the save. Coming in for the rebound real hard was Evan Jones, looking for his 27th, but denied by Shivo.
Puck sails in front of the crease. Taken here by Randolph. We have a 3-on-2, but can't connect on the pass. And the whistle will bring it back into the Randolph zone. Well, hey, last season marked the first time that a 16th seeded team won a New Jersey State title, as Tom's River South defeated 3rd seeded Randolph 2-1 for the Public A State Championship. Jay Malone set up Todd Unger in the first period, and in the second, his pass from behind net to Andrew McGee was all that his team needed. Pat Kearney did the rest in goal with 46 saves. Tom's River South held on for a 2-1 victory and the state title.
That was really a Cinderella team, the number 16 seed, the farthest ever to make it to the final, and of course win the game last year. Here you take a look at Richie McLaughlin in the center of your screen. Richie said in the interview before, he said it's probably going to be just one goal to win this game, and the way it looks right now with 8:21 left, that probably will be true.
Here's a shot that is deflected in front. The rebound also deflected. Kept in by Luke Esposito. Comes to center ice. Esposito has a bang off his stick. He carries back deep into the Randolph zone. And Heineman chases down here for Randolph. Heineman skating across the blue line, now across center ice. Dumps it in to the Montgomery zone. We're less than 8 minutes remaining in regulation. No score here in this championship game. Here's Derringer, skates in, 1-on-2, has it knocked away from him by Nick Beatrice. And Randolph trying to come back the other way. Heineman makes a nice move at center ice. Heineman backhands one that goes towards Shivo, and he gloves it easily. So it stops play with 7:36 remaining.
Good move, but he couldn't quite finish off as Shivo came out to make the save. Take a look at some of this action. Going in, there's the backhand save, and then Shivo almost nonchalantly just holds on with the glove.
There's De Silva, has that one skipped through the crease. Esposito skating up with Wonky on his left wing. Esposito taking off the puck there by Kleinwax. Wonky pokes it in front, but Diamore sends it up ahead. Nick Holoko. Good defense there by Montgomery as the puck is smothered by Liam Sullivan.
Talk about giving up your body. Liam Sullivan, the senior, he has no goals this year, but that's because he's played such a good defense. Look at that. He goes down, uses both his left arm and his chest to block the puck, and then he just holds on as it's caught underneath his equipment.
Face-off controlled by Randolph, but then Montgomery gets it back. Puck goes behind the Cougars' goal. Comes out towards the blue line, taken there by Heineman, who sends it in front. Loose puck, and trying to get there is Connor Ryan for Randolph, and it comes cross ice to Esposito. Luke Esposito across the blue line for Montgomery. Esposito tries a tough angled shot that Fulham sticks aside easily. 6:25 left in the third period. No score here in this Public A State Championship.
Well, right about now, the players are going to be gripping their sticks a little bit tighter Things are going to get a little bit more intense as we get into the last 6 minutes.
Center ice to Silva, goes back to get it, flips it cross ice to Lindquist. Up ahead to Kleinwax. Justin Kleinwax has it. Kleinwax takes the shot that caroms off the shoulder of Shivo, and it caroms back outside to Holoko. Here's Kleinwax, reverses his direction. Still skating around. Nice skating here by Justin Kleinwax, who takes a shot. Puck loose in front. Comes back to the blue line. De Silva tries to center, and there's a race for the puck. Wonky from Montgomery chasing down. And Brad Lindquist able to just get it out of there for Randolph.
Oh, good play by Lindquist. He was in trouble, but he didn't panic. He just made sure the puck got outside the zone.
Jeff Geringer behind the Montgomery goal now. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in regulation.
And Lou, you gotta like the attitude of Randolph. They have the New York Yankees attitude. They're not just happy to be here. They came here to win this game. If they don't win a championship, it's not as if the season is wasted, but it's not what they intended to do. They go into every year looking to win the state championship, sort of the same way the Yankees look to win the World Series every year. Anything short of that is not acceptable.
Now we have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to try to get the lead goal, but here comes Esposito. Esposito carries up, skipped away by Fulham. Puck hits the side of the net, and Heineman flips it high up in the air, up ahead for Diamore, who tries to chase down for Randolph, but it's intercepted by Montgomery, and Geringer circles back and will try to regroup. Geringer flips it up ahead to Esposito. Esposito on the left wing, tries to center. He was looking for Wonky, but he couldn't get to that loose puck. Here comes Evan Jones. Evan Jones across the blue line. Jones puts a shot on goal. That is sticked aside by Shivo. In front for Kroll, and he just couldn't get enough wood on it.
Kroll all alone in front. A great centering pass by Jones, but it just slid off the end of his stick. The best opportunity of the night for Randolph. There's the first shot. There's the save by Shivo. Now look, there's the centering pass there. Oh, he couldn't quite tee it up as the puck was right at the end of his stick. And Matthew Kroll, looking for his 25th, was unsuccessful. Here we get another look from over the top. There it is. Oh, I didn't notice, but Shivo also got a piece of that as he stuck his leg and arm out.
De Silva, puck loose in front, score!
The 36th shot, they finally beat Zach Shivo to put this game a one-goal lead. Again, it's the pressure, it's winning the faceoff. It's the shot from the point, the first save, the second save, and it's somehow with 3 sticks going after you, Matthew Kroll somehow taps it home through the maze. There it is. And he was denied before, but not this time, as he gets his 25th of the season.
And none bigger than that one. Randolph grabs the lead. They're up 1-0. 3.5 remaining here in the third period.
But don't count out Montgomery. They know how to play in these nail biters.
Here's Beatrice, centers in front for Evan Jones, but it's knocked away there by the Cougars. Intercepted by Holoko. Behind the goal. Taken here now by Kleinwax. Kleinwax trying to center, but it's knocked away there by Connor Healy. We're less than 3 minutes now left in regulation. Randolph with a 1-0 lead. Connor Healy trying to center, but Randolph just swarming now. Connor Ryan, here comes Luke Esposito. He breaks free down the right side. Esposito, though, double teamed in the corner, has no help at all in the Randolph zone. And here's De Silva's shot that is deflected and taken there by Shivo.
Here we get another look at the goal. The shot from the point. The first save is made. Everybody's whacking at it. Somehow slips over. And then a right-handed shot on the left-hand side of the crease. Matthew Crowd playing good position. Just waiting. Figuring at some point it'll come to me. And it did. And he whacked it into the open side. And now Randolph has to do what they do best. And that is to play defensively for just 2.5 more minutes.
Here's a shot that flies way up high over the stick of Shivo. And Montgomery trying to regroup here as we approach the 2-minute mark remaining in the third period. Evan Jones just dumps it back in. Here's Wanke. Looking for an opening. Tries to set it up ahead. And it does come down into the Randolph zone, but the Rams are there to clear it.
Again, this is what happens when Montgomery's only skating 2 lines and 4 defensemen. They're being worn down, and you get into the third period, or at the end of the third period, it gets kind of tough. They're sucking a lot of wind.
Liam Sullivan knocked off the puck there by Diamori. And a glove save by Fulham. He leaves it for Heineman. Minute 15 remaining.
We're positioned on the Randolph side, and the fans here are starting to stand up as they smell it.
Shot taken by Derringer, sticked aside by Fulham. Comes back to the blue line. Montgomery has pulled their goaltender, Shivo. They have an extra skater on the ice. Just 39 seconds remaining here in the third. Empty net for Montgomery. And up ahead is Connor Ryan. Ryan shoots it towards the empty net, but it goes to the side of the net. Montgomery trying to get it up ahead. Just 17 seconds left. Ryan sticks it back into the Montgomery zone. 10 seconds left. Esposito makes a rush. Takes it across center ice. Carries into the Randolph zone. Esposito, and no, they say offside the call. And they'll bring it back. The clock is expired.
No, they'll put time back on the clock.
It looks like they'll put time back on the clock. I don't think the game is over.
No, the Randolph side was cheering so loud that the timekeeper did not hear the whistle on the offsides. So they're going to put probably about 4 seconds, is my guess, back onto the clock. But talk about a clean game. Not one penalty the entire game. And the goal was a good effort by Randolph on a goal-mouth scramble.
5 seconds will be
So 5 seconds go back on the clock.
The play was whistled offside.
And it was offside, so the face-off comes outside the zone. Montgomery tucks it over here as Rob Scarpa tries to come up with a play in this last 5 seconds.
No, I think it was Randolph that actually called the timeout. As if they win the face-off and just dump it down, the trophy is theirs.
Timeout, Randolph.
And you see assistant coach Beatrice and head coach Richie McLaughlin, who's in his 20th season. We'll take another look at Matthew Crowell's goal, and in 5 seconds more, this could be the game winner. As he holds his ground, the puck somehow slips over to his side of the ice, and then, as all good goal scorers do, they know how to be there in anticipation. They whack it home. Now Montgomery calls their timeout, so another 30 seconds before that piece of hardware right there on your screen is handed over to Randolph.
Well, Randolph won the state championship back in 2009. As you know, they lost last year's state title game to Toms River South. So the Rams, who have already won four state championships in their program history, trying to add number 5, and they are just 5 seconds away from doing so. Montgomery trying to win this face-off and get off a quick shot. crash the net, see if they can get a quick rebound.
This will be the second 1-0 victory in a championship game for goaltender Dan Fulham.
Randolph gets the face-off, dumps it down ice, and that is it. The Rams are state champions. So the Randolph Rams capture the New Jersey Public A state title as they defeat Montgomery in a defensive battle by the score of 1-0.
Exactly what I expected. The Randolph Rams, constant pressure on Shivo. The kid only gave up one, but the way Fulham played, that's all Randolph had to score.
So the Rams win their 22nd game of the season, and they win their 5th state championship in school history.
This game did not go much different than last year, because last year, even though Randolph lost, they dominated the game against Toms River South. In fact, outshot them by 30 goals, but it was the goaltender for South Kearns that kept them in. Today, Shivo did an admirable job, but Dan Fulham was one step ahead.
So Randolph, on Matt Krall's goal in the 3rd period, defeats Montgomery 1-0 to claim the state title. We'll be back to talk more about the Rams Public A state championship in just a few moments on MSG Varsity HD. Dan Fulham and the Randolph Rams celebrating yet another state championship as they defeat Montgomery by the score of 1-0. Lou Brockno along with Pete Caggiano. As we expected, a defensive battle, and Randolph coming up big in the closing minutes of that 3rd period to win it by a 1-0 score.
Well, this is their 2nd championship in 3 years, their 4th in 6 years. Can you say dynasty?
Well, Colin Cosell standing by with our player of the game. Colin?
Thanks, Lou. I'm standing here with Matt Krall. You just won the New Jersey State Championship. How are you feeling right now?
There's no words to describe this feeling. It's really special, and I've been lucky enough to be here 3 times.
Now, walk us through the game-winning goal.
Early on that shift, I had a chance, and I missed it in front, and I was pretty upset about it. So, Cottonlax took a shot, and I buried the rebound.
Now, you guys, I mean, there's a lot of heart on this team to persevere so many shots. Did you guys ever waver or wonder if you're going to be able to pull it off?
I mean, we've had a lot of goals this season, so we're not used to not scoring a lot. But the Toms River game taught us a lot this year about you don't need to score 10 goals to win, you just need 1.
This is so true, and that 1 goal is a difference. It brought home the championship to the Randolph Rams. Congratulations. Thanks so much. Lou?
All right, Colin, Matt Krall's 25th goal of the season propels the Rams to victory, and you can see shots on goal. All Randolph. You see 37-13, face-offs close 20-18. Zach Shivo was terrific in goal for Montgomery, but so was Dan Fulham for the Rams.
Both goaltenders played very, very well, but this time Fulham was just a step ahead.
So Randolph wins the Public A state championship in exciting fashion. They win it by the score of 1-0 here at the Prudential Center. For Pete Caggiano, Colin Cosell, and our outstanding MSG varsity team, I'm Lou Brockno saying thanks for joining us. Once again, here for the Prudential Center, congratulations to the Randolph Rams. They are the state champions as they defeat Montgomery 1-0.